Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Beyond the NFT. Tonight's episode will be a little different. Tang Poco has agreed to join me in hosting tonight's show.
Hi, everybody.
I'm so happy to.
Thank you for asking me, Sin.
I'm so happy to have you on with me. And I would like to thank everyone that is on Parcel tonight. Thank you so much for coming here. I see a few familiar names like Mad Max, Fermion. There's Bubblegum, Josh. Ooh, Josh is rocking his Mew aura with his Mew bubble.
And I see a very expensive penguin backpack as well. He must be really rich because I saw that on the marketplace for 69 million ETH.
69 million?
Something like that. There's so many 69s I couldn't even calculate it.
I mean, that's just perks of being the creator. Wink, wink.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm. So, tonight's guests will be OX Blinky and Lore. Tank Poco, would you like to introduce Lore?
I will. You know when you meet somebody and you have that instant connection with them and you just know that you've met someone who's going to be in your life for a good long time? That's how I felt when I met Lore last week. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, right, Laura? When I did an onboarding project. She charmed me right away, and we've been kind of hanging out ever since. Laura started her career in corporate finance. She took a sharp detour into K-pop music journalism, and she's now making her name in the world of Web3. She is the head curator and community coordinator for the Hug NFT project. She knows a ton of stuff about art curation and community building, and a hell of a lot about K-pop music. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, Laura. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, right, Laura? When I did an onboarding project. She charmed me right away, and we've been kind of hanging out ever since.
Thank you so much for agreeing to come on, Lore. I'm so excited for tonight's show. And, of course, we have OX Blinky in the building. Blinky is a producer, DJ, and an artist, as well as a human on planet Earth.
Hi, everybody. Excited to be here. Kind of feeling shy all of a sudden.
That's okay, me too.
Wait a second. What is Voxboard wearing?
Is Voxboard here?
Yes, he is, and he just did a head explode, and his. Oh, I'm pretty amused right now.
What the hell?
That's pretty
What
dope.
the hell is that? Can you do that one more time, please?
The head explode?
Yeah. What the hell kind of wearable is that? He's got a girl he's piggybacking. This is the best wearable I've ever seen.
It's like a rave wearable or a festival wearable.
That's so sick.
Wow, that's awesome. Voxboards, you've done it again.
He did it again. I would like to thank everyone on the Twitch stream. I see that we're up to 22 viewers, and Artriyu, welcome. Thank you so much for dropping 669 bits.
I love you, Art.
And NFTini, thank you so much for resubscribing. So, without a further ado, Blinky, would you like to open up a screen share? We can get on to the show and tell part of our show.
Okay. Do I just do it in disc?
Yep, just screen share. I'll get it open.
Is it working right now?
I can see Lore NFT is what I can see right now. Yeah?
Okay, cool.
My collection first. Yeah. I'll go first because I think mine is kind of contingent on Blinkies. Like we have to go chronologically.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit about me. I like to collect, create somewhat, and I'm mostly a collector of NFTs, but I do like to dabble in creating NFTs. So what you're seeing right now is basically just my collection of NFTs that I've created, mostly because I was curious, like, how a collection works. I'd always been collecting art, and I haven't really been creating it, so I just started doodling random little, like, smileys, and I called the collection Textured Smileys. There's another one that's like MS Paint Memoirs, which is literally just like shapes that I do with like 2 colors on Microsoft Paint. That one's also very meaningless, but I make them for my friends, and that's where the meaning is. But I mean, my friends have set the floor really high, so that, you know, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. But yeah, my start with kind of art and the NFT space was mainly just an experiment. I wanted to know like what it took to create a collection and what it really took to kind of get it spun up and stuff. But it was cool. I mean, I was able to do a whole collection of textured smileys, and I managed to sell them all. And I even raised a little bit of money for International Women's Day, so it was pretty cool. But it was a good kind of like entry point into NFT art. I feel like I had no idea what I was doing up until that point, but I was like, oh, I'll just try it and see what happens. And you know, when your community's behind you, it's like so fun to like keep creating them and make like smileys that people really like.
Were you already in Web3 when you started making these?
Yes, I was already collecting, so I already had like a couple NFTs under my belt, but I just started doodling them because like I got an iPad and I was like, oh, I'll spend $10 on Procreate, big baller style. And then I was like, you know, doodling on Procreate, and at first like I started, the only time I ever used Procreate was when I was on Discord with my friends, and they would be like, try to draw this from memory. And so I would try to draw stuff from memory, and it would just come out so cursed. But my first time really like playing with textures and like brushes and stuff was on Textured Smileys. So that's kind of, I've always been interested in like how to build textures digitally, so it's kind of fun to do that. But I just threw on like kind of my signature smiley, this little like emoticon smileys that I like to add to them, that I think give them their charm.
I love them. And I really like these MS Paint Memoirs that you have up right now. I love those too.
Thanks. Maybe I'll make you one.
Yeah, that's what I was hinting at, actually.
Yeah, I'll make you one. Like the Tank Coco memoir.
Oh, yes!
But yeah, these are my textured smileys. They're just like, people really like the naming convention. That's weirdly enough. Like, I think like by my 4th or 5th smiley, people started really being like, I'm really anticipating the name. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize like that people were, you know, like reading into the names like that. So people were like, oh, I'm anticipating the name, like what does the name mean? But I didn't really have like like I didn't really have a reasoning behind the names. I just was naming them arbitrarily.
That is so part of the charm though. I like them too.
Yeah, I think it was like one of these ones. Rejected. Okay, so I'll tell you the backstory behind Rejected. So
yeah,
the person who bought Rejected was like, I really like it, like why is he so happy, but like why is the title Rejected, like da 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 da, and like they were thinking about all this like deeper meaning that had to do with Rejected, but really the reason why it's named Rejected is because I almost didn't post it. So I was like, this is so like, I feel like this was kind of cursed. And in my eyes, it was Rejected, so I uploaded it and named it Rejected. But he like thought it was like, you know, it was something to do with like the meaning behind the piece. But really,
a much deeper meaning.
Like, yeah, in my brain, I was like, this is a Rejected art piece.
But I
very
mean,
literal.
Very creative. I think I saw my favorite, but I'm just gonna wait until he scrolls before I actually pick my favorite.
Are we picking favorites? I love this. Aww.
Plus Snow is some of my best work.
Oh.
Yeah, my best work.
It has a real sadness to it.
He's really frightened, you know, genuinely.
Getting
Yeah. Aww. Yeah.
Chaos Pool looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of these are repurposed for Blinky's Sonic Smileys, which is like our collaboration piece that he can talk more about. But yeah, so you'll see some of them are like from this collection. Some of them I created specifically for Sonic.
I like Itchy Scratchy.
That's
On
you
the
know
right
that was
there.
a crowd favorite. That was a crowd favorite. Like a lot of people fought over that one. Actually, I'm not even kidding. I was like,
Yeah.
it was like one of my first ones I had released, and that one just really tickled a lot of people's fancy. I don't know what it was.
I like it.
It was the texture.
I might put a bid on it.
It kind of looks like if you've ever watched like what is it? Peanuts, that character from Peanuts that's like dirty. Yeah,
Pigpen.
it's like always covered in dirt.
Huh.
It has like that like speckly, like scratchy feeling, so
And you did this in Procreate?
yeah, I just did them all. They're all in Procreate.
Nice. Tell me a little bit more about the collaborative project that you and Blinky did. How did that come about? How long have you guys been friends? Actually, let's start there. When did you guys meet each other?
Link, you wanna take this one?
Yeah, sure. So if like there's like a character named Spider Monkey on the rail right now in Dollhouse. He just jumped away, but
I saw him.
like that's our friend, and then I met him like on the internet, just like off of music stuff. He's like also a musician. He's like an incredible rapper actually, and like Laura used to like help manage him for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was like
Monkey was like my
going
friend from
viral.
college. Yeah, my friend from college, and then I helped manage him for a little while.
Is there anything you can't do, Laura? Should we add music manager to the list of your many
I can't do
achievements?
math. I can't do math. We put that on the list right now.
I'm writing that down.
I'm also bad at soccer. I'm really bad at soccer. That's unrelated.
Go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that was funny. I like that. But yeah, so Spider Monkey, we like just like met. Like I kind of knew about Laura through Instagram or whatever, because like he would always be posting her, and yeah, like we just like I think I DJ'd for him for like one of his shows, and then like Laura happened to be in town, and she was staying at his place, so yeah, like we just met at his house, and then we like did the show all together and stuff, and then yeah, that's like how we met. That was the question, right?
Yeah, the first time we met, I was at Spider Monkey's house, and Blinky came over, and we played some video games, and I smoked him in Mario Kart.
Oh, thanks.
I absolutely demolished both of them in Mario Kart. And then I got my ass served in at Smash.
No,
but it's yin and yang.
Remember, like we were playing. It was us three. We played us three versus like 5 Pikachu's or something. Like 5. Like level 9 Pikachu is so shit. We're like, we can do it. We can do it. We played all night trying to beat all these Pikachu's or something.
Yeah, but it was a wholesome interaction. I mean, he was very, easy to be friends with, so we just kind of kept connected, and Spider Monkey is obviously kind of the tie between us, but we've been talking more lately ever since kind of the intro together.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you're easy to get along with. I've known you now for a little while, and it's always cool. It's always cool when you come into game. I'm always happy to have you around.
Yeah, thank you. You taught me like a bunch of tricks too. Like the V thing was like the dopest thing I think you taught me.
I've got more. Just wait.
Oh, and
I've only just begun.
Can't wait.
We have
so you meet each other. You have this amazing summer of gaming, and then you decide to put your art and your music together to make Sonic Smileys.
So, kind of like in between that. So that was like probably like 2 years ago, right? I would say about 2 years ago. And then what ended up happening was like more recently, like I would say like almost 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was talking to Blinky about, becoming a DJ, in a different sense, like taking his Web 2 skills and moving them into Web 3. And then we kind of had the idea, like, why don't we put your unfinished kind of like loops and tracks together with my kind of visual, and let's create a collection. And that's kind of how we landed on this.
It's amazing. I mean, I hope there's a way that we can hear some of the samples that are on those NFTs, because I was blown away.
Yeah, Blink, you can probably click one.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
Do you have a favorite?
Does the audio work on that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Mm-hmm, I can hear
I
it.
can hear.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, should I just play like just a little bit of each one, or
Just pick a couple, I guess.
I want to hear the boss. I like the bossa nova one.
oh, which one was that?
I don't remember which
This
one.
one?
Man.
Maybe this one.
Three?
Oh no.
Oh, that's the sexy time one. That's the sexy time one.
Actually, if you look at the properties, Blinky and I have made it so that every single one has a mood, actually. So if you click one of them, like if you actually click any of them, if you look at the properties, we have made like a special, like, so there's a song title, there's the smiley name, and then we gave you a mood. This one is absolutely fried.
Oh yeah.
Find that. I forget which one. Was it this one?
No,
one?
I think it's
Oh, it's this one.
yeah, it's two.
Nice.
Can you enlarge
Yeah,
it?
see? This is my vibe right here.
Yeah, I think you'll like this one.
Spider Monkey owns that one?
Yeah, I think so.
I want it, Spider Monkey. How much?
69 ETH.
6.90.
That would be the friend discount.
6.90. Yeah,
Yeah.
worth it.
Totes.
I love it. So versatile. There's so many different sounds in this collection.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear like a whole album worth.
Yeah, I love how you can see the creative process go through. You start with like the actual image, and then from beginning to end, as well as once you get to the end, I've noticed that a lot of them loop perfectly, and I think
Yeah.
that's super important in music NFT.
Yeah, Blinky spends a lot of time editing them in iMovie and just making them so effortlessly looped perfectly. I don't know how he does it. He always does it.
It's a genius.
Play 5, Blink.
I try my
5
best.
is a little different.
I spent like half an hour listening to all of these like over and over again, just enjoying the vibe.
We did too. Honestly, this one was cool because it was bought by somebody who runs the Meta Angels gallery, who like buys NFT projects and puts them into the Meta Angels gallery, and I guess it was pretty cool. Like after he bought this piece, you could hear it playing in the gallery like virtually.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty sick. I mean, I did come across this one. I did label it as one of my favorites. There's too
Like this
many.
part.
There's too many good ones. Really
That's
good
how I
ones. All of
felt
them.
too. That's how I felt too. I actually had it playing in the background when I was doing some work, and I was like, "Wow, what is this?" And I couldn't believe it when I went to the tab and it was all his loops playing. I was pretty happy about it. I was like,
Yeah,
"Thank God."
I love the creative process. Like you could see like stuff being added like a lot to a bunch of places, and then you can see you can see that you're like, nah, I don't like this, and then they just all start to go away.
Yeah, it's actually funny because like this part where I'm writing, like sometimes I'll just write like fuck, like I'll just write fuck, like,
See-
and it's not because I'm trying to make like art and like make it look a certain way in the time lapse. It's actually because I mess up and I get mad and I just write fuck. And people were like thinking like, oh, did you do that purposely? Like I remember when Blinky, I showed it to Blinky for the first time. He's like, oh, did you add these words to time up with the music? And I was like, no. I was just doing that because I was frustrated with how it's coming out, and then I just deleted it. But it ends up working for this though, so it's kind of how we do it. It's funny because I don't create we don't create these at the same time. You know what I mean? Like I make them and then we match them to his music, and they end up working almost every time.
I love the way they look in the gallery. I really like the way they look in the gallery. And by the gallery, I mean the Dollhouse, 3rd floor.
I saw
they look
that.
really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah. I think I liked 7 a lot for some reason.
Play it.
It's the way we don't even know.
It's
no.
This
is actually Blinky's profile on our Discord.
I just put 2 and 2 together. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
The utility of the music is really, it's over the top. It's so good.
Yeah, I remember like when we were making all of these, the word we were throwing around was like serendipitous. Like it just every time we put the we would just like see like the the thumbnail of the colors, and I just like look through my beats, and then like we would play it. It's straight up just like some of the timing was crazy. I think this one. Do you remember this one, Laura?
Yeah, this matchup was pretty. This one is probably one of our best ones. And it actually features Blinky singing on it. That's him.
And
what?
You're such a good singer.
Yeah. Okay, he's all shy now.
Yeah, I'm blushing IRL right now.
Keep it loud.
Keep it loud.
Okay.
So good. Dude, I'm like getting a crush on you listening to this.
Oh, right here.
Ooh.
Like the way that yellow cuts off with the snare right there is like, I remember I was freaking out. Like I was getting like a huge dopamine rush when we did it. I was freaking out.
We watched it so many times. You guys have no idea.
Yeah.
Super.
This will one day be worth 100 ETH.
I wish.
Gentle smile.
And then of course the loop.
Yeah, the mood on that one is bittersweet.
Oh yeah.
Blinky, could you tell us a little bit about your music background?
Yeah. Okay, so like my dad and my brother, like they both just like happened to be like they would just throw parties and DJ when they were in college. And like I just like learned from my older brother like when I was like 16 how to DJ.
Wow. Your dad was a DJ too?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like it's a funny story about him because it's like I'm of like I'm Asian, like so he's Asian, like a total like immigrant, you know, and his DJ name like in the 80s was DJ Black Panther, and like it was kind of just like he was like a fob, you know. You just didn't know like that was like a whole like movement, you know.
No.
He just really liked Black Panthers.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, they're fierce, like it's cool. But he said like he ended up getting like a lot of love for it from like the African American community because, you know, like they just assumed that he was like about the cause. I mean, which he is, you know, but um, yeah. So I just like learned from my like my music taste is like really heavily based on all the records my dad has. Um, like growing up, and then my brother did like he would throw parties like at our house like whenever our parents would be gone. Like and I was like probably like I don't know like 10 or 12 or something. Um, and then like he would just be DJing and stuff. So I kind of grew up like I would like be like the little like child doorman for these house parties that he would throw, and like I would just see like the partying and stuff, and then like eventually he taught me how to DJ. Like around the same time, like I kind of met my first mentor. He like gave me the program Ableton to and taught me how to like produce music. Like and I was like I happened to start playing. I used to go to church, and like I was like part of a praise team at the church in like high school. So I also learned drums, like the drum kit through that. And then like after that, pretty much I just kept meeting like older people that have been doing music for a while, you know, and I'd kind of just like hang around them. Like I just had a bunch of different mentors for like the past 10 years. Yeah, I'm like I think I just hit the 10-year mark for all this music stuff. But yeah, it started with like DJing, drumming, and making really bad out of key beats, and you know, I just kept working at it over the years, and here I am now.
10 years is a long time to be working at your craft, and I mean, through these, through the music and Sonic Smileys, I can tell that, you know, you've grown a lot since, you know, your beginnings.
Yeah, it's so polished.
Very, yeah. Perfect word.
What do you have in the future works? Are you planning to put out to continue putting out these Sonic Smileys?
Yeah, so I definitely want to try, you know, just getting all of these out, these first 10. And then, yeah, definitely gonna try to do like another, but I want them to be like better. Like I want the music to be like noticeably better if I can pull that off. I'm just trying to take it to another level, the next one. But I like how these are so far, you know? Like I like it's like the period of time that me and Laura were making these, like we'd just be on Discord and like it was like a I don't know, like a maybe like 2 to 4 weeks. Like that was the span of when we were doing everything, and it was like it's like a very fond memory, you know? It's very recent, you know, but it's like that was like also when she kind of taught me how to get on Web3 and whatnot. So it's like all this new stuff was happening, and we were making like art together with like music I thought I would never like put out.
Renaissance.
Yeah, like I have so much music because I do have like I have like a project like for like my IRL persona, you know. But it's like I'm like kind of under management that for some reason, you know, we haven't been releasing a lot. So this whole project with Blinky is like just me, you know.
It's got to feel good to kind of take control of something yourself, right?
Yeah, because like I haven't like released music, like new music in like probably 3 years, and like I've just been saving up all these tracks. So when Laura like was like, let's just use those. Let's use those like with my time lapses. Like let's just see how it like how it looks, and like plus it'll be good for you to like learn how to like use OpenSea and like learn how to post and stuff on it. So then like it was all just like I was just like trying stuff out, and then like we like sold like 0.1. Yeah, we traded like 0.1 overall. And like so like it's like I don't even know how much it was like it's like what, like $300 or something.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like it's like the most money I've made also, like from my music, like in my whole life. Like I have a SoundCloud and like with a bunch of old music on it, and like they introduced the SoundCloud monetization, but then it's like I get I'll get like literally like 69 cents per month, I think.
Right. I mean, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of Web3, though, right? It's just person to person. It's you can, you know, you're able to give your art, and there's somebody right there to support you. There's no other middleman. There's no other. You don't have to deal with anything. It's like it's so honest and so pure.
Maybe pay a little gas.
Yeah, eat a little gas. But yeah, I mean, the art is like, I'd love to keep doing more, but I also want to see Inky kind of grow. Like, I don't know, I feel like this is kind of our starter Pokemon, you know what I mean? And I know we can catch more, and they're gonna be way stronger and way better, and that's how I feel about Blinky's like music and his NFTs. Like, I feel like there's so much room for him to grow that I'm like, I almost feel like being like, let's do like 20 more smileys is like limiting, you know? But at the same time, I'm totally down to like do this as like our side passion project. But I mean, I'm excited to, you know, see his growth as a DJ in the metaverse and kind of where music NFTs will take him. Because I mean, I'm really interested to see like where music NFTs go.
Yeah, it's such an exciting time for that. And when I met Blinky last week, he was really talking about the spirit of reinvention, which I think is one of the most important parts of being inside the metaverse, being able to come in and recreate yourself if that's what you want to do, or just, you know, come in with the very essence of who you are and pour that into your persona in the metaverse. It's freeing, in my opinion, to be able to be here and to do that. Yeah,
most definitely.
And you can't do it anywhere else but in Web3. So I
feel like, oh sorry, I was just gonna say, like, I definitely feel like Web3 gives you kind of the opportunity to rebrand and actually take control of your art, which I think is like kind of been the case for like my use case for when I kind of onboard like my artist friends. I feel like that's kind of been the big like pusher, is like, hey, if you're feeling like not creative, or you're not feeling creatively charged in any way, I recommend going into this space where you have less parameters to operate in.
Do you think...
And we were... Sorry, go ahead, Sin.
Do you think as Web3 develops in the future, there will be more, let's say, of these parameters?
Potentially. I mean, that's the case with anything, right? Like, the more something gets developed, the more we get caged into a structure, right? But at the same time, I mean, I think that there's a lot of room for innovation. There's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of room for exploration in general. So I don't feel like that's until it's gonna happen for at least a couple years, personally. But you know, I'm excited to see what musicians, you know, what role they play. Because I mean, I have a big music background, not maybe in the way that Blinky has, kind of in his way, but I mean, I, you know, spent a lot of time working on radio, spent a lot of time working in like, you know, K-pop music review and stuff like that. And it's like, I'd love to see kind of, you know, music come to the forefront of NFTs, because right now I feel like it's, though it exists, it's kind of in the background, and I'd love to see it come to the forefront.
Mm-hmm. Now, how did you get from the world of corporate finance into K-pop radio reviewing and journalism, and then into Web3? Can you take us through that timeline a little bit?
Yeah. Honestly, I got into writing first. So I graduated college, and then like within a couple months I got hired doing this gig basically where I was just writing like clickbait. And I remember I was like, I'm not happy just writing clickbait. So I asked, you know, the people who were there, can I write an interview? Let me source it myself. Let me find somebody to interview that's relevant to the site. Let me interview them. And so I just started DMing people aggressively, like to be like, hey, let me interview you. And they were like, yeah, sure. And so I started interviewing like musicians, writers, songwriters, like things like that. And I think that my bosses were just like, okay, so she's capable of spinning it up, so let's just keep letting her do it. And so I was just kind of doing it as like a passion project. Like I was really just like doing it for fun because I enjoyed writing. But like I would say like a couple months into that role, I got a job in like corporate finance. Dun dun dun. Like this is like DJ record scratch. Like and yeah, I had this like miserable time and it was fucking terrible. And I worked for an institution, I worked in corporate, and it was uppity and terrible, and I just like hated every moment of it. So I quit. And then I worked for another uppity institution, and I was like, why did I do that? And then I quit again. And I was like, you know what? I'm not happy doing this. But at the same time, like, I was still writing throughout, like, all of those jobs, like, all those full-time jobs, I was still writing. Like, I recall, like, days where I was, like, at redacted institution, and I was, like, in, like, a break room, like, after, like, 6 p.m. writing, like, an article that I had due for the next day, because I was just, like, doing 2 jobs at once. But I don't know, I couldn't give it up. Like I had done radio in college, and I had just been a really big like music person my whole life, so I was just like I couldn't give it up. Even though I was like, you know, going to work at like 5 a.m. to like drink oil or like motor oil coffee and like, you know, act like an AI, but but you know, like at the end of the day, I ended up quitting those jobs, and I took a job as a marketing manager for like a tech startup, which was like short-lived, but it was okay. Like it wasn't so bad, but they just like I just wasn't getting paid on time. And so I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go on sabbatical for a little while. I had some money saved up, so I went on sabbatical, and you know, I was just like, fuck it, I'll just keep writing, right? Like, and then at the time, like they had moved me for like throughout those like years of me like kind of in corporate finance, they had moved me from like listicles and clickbait into like marketing, like promotions, so like advertisements for like Asiana Airlines or like advertisements for like national universities and things like that. It was really interesting. So I did like some of the marketing stuff, and then they recently, like a year and a half ago, put me on like music reviews and show reviews. Like originally I had done a bunch of concert reviews prior to the pandemic, but then with the pandemic they put me on music reviews, so I became like the de facto music reviewer for a long time.
And was it all music genres, or just K-pop music?
Just
genre?
K-pop. So I was like one of the most hated figures ever, just because like if I ever rated anything like lower than like a 7, it was like jail time for me. Because you know, fandoms like that are polarized, so like it's easy to just get destroyed. But I mean, I never thought it was that bad. But yeah, it was fun. I mean, I did that for a while, and then I mean, I still do it from time to time. I'll still write. Like I basically gave up the music reviewer position, but I still write sometimes because I'm good friends with their marketing guys, so I do help them out from time to time. But ultimately, like that's kind of how I made my shift. Like I took my sabbatical, and then oddly enough, like my Web3 like NFT origin story is so weird, but I had a dream about NFTs. And in the dream, I sold an NFT and I made like $10,000. So the next day I woke up and I was like, I gotta figure out what an NFT is. And then now I'm here. Isn't that crazy?
Very crazy.
Did you sell your first NFT for $10,000?
Not my first one, but I did make one hefty sale in like my time in Web3. Like I would say with like NFTs, like my biggest sale was like 4 ETH, and I was like, dude, this is a dub. This is a dub.
That's all you need.
I mean, that made me feel like my dream came true. You know what I mean? I was like, okay,
totally.
So it wasn't for naught.
Can I ask what NFT it was?
It was
anything you would have heard of?
It was a patron saint. It was a one-of-one piece from an artist named Aslan Ruby Sorana Haida, but it was a piece of art by her, and it was patron saint of putting toddlers to bed. And it was this piece that I ended up selling to my friend who wanted to buy it for his wife, and he had originally offered me 3 ETH, but I didn't want to give it up for 3 ETH, and then he came back and said, I'll offer you 4 ETH, and I was like, all right, it's a deal, you know.
We all have our price, and he found yours.
Yeah, he found it, and so I was like, you know what, I'll just give it to him. So I ended up giving it to him because, you know, his wife is an amazing person, so I'm going to give it to him. But I ended up giving it to him. But I ended up getting another piece by her with the profits, so it all went back to the artist at the end of the day.
I think I saw the artist that you made earlier today, and yeah, those are quite beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Very special. And that brings me to, what is it like to be the head curator of the Hug Project? What does that mean?
It means a lot, honestly. Like my like that's another like of my freaking weird like origin stories. Like I just like I started NFTs in a dream. Like I feel like I sound insane, but yeah, like with Hug, it was a wish. Weirdly enough, it was a wish. It was on Women's Day of March. I think March 8th, right? Is that Women's Day? I forget if it's 15th or the 8th, but on Women's Day, I had tweeted and I was like, I want to work in Web3, and I don't know what compelled me to tweet that. I guess the power of Jesus Christ compelled me. But I don't know. I just thought about it and that day I was feeling particularly inspired by like all the posts that were on Twitter, and I was just like, you know what? My wish is that I get a job in Web3, and I tweeted that, and I was like, this is my International Women's Day wish. And I've been entertaining like the idea of like, you know, working for an NFT project or finding a project to moderate for a little while there, and I was like, maybe I'll do it. I'm on sabbatical anyway. Like it'd be nice to, you know, get a job that I can work from home at. And so I tweeted, kind of like didn't expect anything from it, but within an hour, Debbie from the Hug reached out.
An hour? Oh my god.
Yeah, within an hour I got a DM from Debbie, and she was basically just like, hey, like I saw you had tweeted this, like I'm interested in what you want, like what are you thinking about doing? And I recall like what I typed. I just like typed back to her, and I was just like, I don't know. And then she was like, well, you had applied to be like a curator at the Hug. How would you feel about leading the effort? And I was like, I'm scared. So I straight up was like, I'm fucking scared. And so she was like, oh, don't be scared. Like we can always. And I just thought like, fuck it. Like let's just give it a try, right? Like what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is just like I get humiliated in front of like millions of people worldwide, right? But like, you know, it ended up being fine, and I ended up being a really good fit. And you know, the rest is history. Here I am, like working with curators like in a huge community like every day, and it's a lot of fun. We look for projects and we vet projects and things like that for basically what's called Hug Hub.
Noob question: What would vetting a project entail?
It's a good question. I mean, there's a couple different things that we look at when we like review projects. We look at like majorly like four aspects of the project that we tend to look at, and it's like team, roadmap, I'm trying to remember, the art, and then the community. Like these are all things that we tend to review. So we will physically go through on a rubric and like rate these things, like rate founders, like rate the team, rate the mission, rate the cause, the business, the art, the community, and then we composite those scores. So like what we did was we basically took like a community of like 350 curators, we split them up into groups of like 10 groups, and then those 10 groups were like 30 folks each, and they basically had a certain number of projects that they were to review, and we basically just curated them as a community. So it's like we took the composite of everybody's composites and basically created like an average score. And if you were like above a certain score, or you were from an underserved community, we would bring you up to be the shortlisted so that your project could basically be highlighted on Hug Hub. So it's basically like a whole community of people that come together to basically like, I'm saying basically a lot, but it's a whole community of people who come together to curate this whole like exploration and educational database. That's, I guess the idea is that, you know, somebody could come on who's like a collector or a creator or like a curator even, or like, you know, a newbie, and just come on and start learning about projects. Like our curators have sourced pretty much like everything you need to know about a project, like from its founders to the founders' socials to like every possible like legitimate link that you would to like check out the project, and like in project description, examples of the NFTs, like everything's laid out. And the idea is like that we can use this platform that we're building and curating on the daily to be kind of like a jump off point for people to invest in projects that, you know, really you know, serve underserved communities, put a highlight on, you know, diversity and women, and just kind of put those projects that kind of get pushed to the wayside by their blue chip counterparts.
I find it fascinating, and I mean, I love the I love the values that you guys are bringing to it as well. And I find the whole idea that there's like this super sleuth team going in there and then just picking these projects apart and organizing them into what's best. I absolutely love it. That's like my dream job. It's just like hardcore Googling and digging and sleuthing all day long.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like we've even had some curators like go into Discords and like ask questions like randomly. Like, they'll just ask a bunch of questions about the Discord. Like, and I always, it's funny because I always encourage that. I actually love doing that. Like, that's one of my favorite ways to discover if a project is good or not. Is I just go into the Discord and I go, "Hey, can somebody tell me about what's happening right now?" And if somebody can answer it like really well and like really informed, like that generally tells me that the project is decent. You know, if you go in the chat and you're like, "Hey, can somebody tell me about this project?" and somebody's just like, "Shut up, wag me," like, you know what I mean? Like they just say nothing back to you. It's like, well.
Yep. I do the same. I'll go into like a project Discord that I may have bought into or whatever, and I usually just say, I'm like, okay, I'm going to read the roadmap, but can a passionate member tell me what this project is about? And if there's someone that can answer that question for me, or yeah, usually I kind of tend to lean more towards that project. See,
Mm-hmm.
I and you know, you also see that, you know, community is more active. There's been a few that that I'm exploring at the moment. Maybe I can get them on Decentraland with us one day.
Problem is that I do that kind of stuff after I've bought in, and I think the point here is I should be doing that stuff before I've bought in.
I know. I mean, once Hug Hub goes live and we'll be like eventually public facing, the idea is that like we'll have all the projects available, right? But we're starting kind of in our first iteration with projects that are, you know, led by women or underserved in general. We I purposely built out the curators to have focus groups. So like not only are there the 350 with like 30 people looking over one project to make sure it's like decent, there's also focus groups that are focusing on LGBTQIA+, Asian founded projects, Black founded projects, Indigenous founded projects, and Latinx projects. And so we kind of have these focus groups that tend to help to elevate projects that would get kind of pushed to the wayside otherwise, and push them onto our list. So we tend to look for those projects that have, you know, promise in those areas, and kind of give them an extra boost, like even with knowing that they aren't quite at the same level as other projects because of, you know, lack of resources, whatever it may be. And we kind of use those focus groups to basically push those groups forward and push those projects forward, so that more eyes can get it, you know, more eyes can see them. So like a great example of a project that recently, you know, didn't have the biggest push but had a really great impact was one that I collect. It's called Indigenous Women Fighters. That was a really great project that I was really pushing for, and I know our Indigenous focus group like really pushed, despite kind of not having great resources, getting hacked here and there. Like they had like all these like kind of bumps in the road that were kind of really dissuading them from doing really great. And they were a project that I was super passionate about and definitely wanted to support. And so we, you know, shortlisted their project to be on our database so that hopefully they'll get more, you know, airtime. People who are looking to support Indigenous founded projects can look at them, and search by like, you know, that tag and like that attribute and like search for projects that are falling in the category.
I think that's awesome. I think the more diversity that we can bring into the marketplace and into the art scene, it just in turns feeds the creativity.
My apologies. I'm over here shifting scenes or messing with scenes and stuff, looking at chats. Mr. Victor, it was Lore that was just speaking. I'm dropping her Twitter right
Hello,
now.
Mr. Victor.
Here, I was wondering if I was wondering if you could, because I do hear that you are a collector, I was wondering if you could maybe give us an insight in what you may look for whenever you collect or buy into a project.
That's a question, actually. I feel like that's one of those questions where, like, there's not, like, when it comes to a project, it's a little bit easier to, like, quantify. But sometimes when it comes to, like, a one-of-one artist, then they don't necessarily mean the same thing, right? So, like, with a project, I tend to look for things like does the founder have a reliable track record? Like, is the founder going to do what they say they're going to do? Like, is the team capable of delivering what they're promising? I look at, like, cause and, like, mission. So, like, is the mission or cause something I'm aligned with or that I'm passionate about? That tends to be a big driving part for me. Like, roadmap, like, my big thing with roadmaps is, like, I don't like roadmaps that are over-promised. Like, I would rather have an under-promised roadmap and an over-delivery than the other way around.
For sure.
And I'm also not a fan of roadmaps that are, like, they seem to have all the buzzwords, like tokens, metaverse, land, like, you know what I mean? Like, they just name every single buzzword there is to name. DAO, like, you know what I mean? That's not my favorite. I tend to have, like projects that kind of take things, like, they have big concepts and ideas that they kind of push towards. I like to have, like, invest in projects that tend to have that kind of mentality of, like, achieving an ultimate goal, but, like, taking steps to get there rather than checking off, like, you know, parts of, like a roadmap that just to check them off. But aside from that, I'm trying to think of what else I'd look at. Art, like, the art has to speak to me. I don't know if that's necessarily the fact for everyone. Like, some people will just invest in something blindly if the art doesn't speak to them. For me, like, I have to feel, like, somewhat connected to the artwork, otherwise I just won't mint it at all. The community, like I said, I love to do community pulse check where I just drop into a Discord and I just say something and see what people say back. So that's huge for me, just knowing, like, there's a community behind a project that's actually in support of the project is huge. Other than that, I think it's mostly, like, business plan is also really great, is knowing, like, do they have scalability for the project, or are they trying to scale too quickly? All things to kind of think about when you, like, look at a project. But I mean, you know, your perfect project could be some combination of all those things, and, you know, be weaker in some areas, but, you know, could be really aligned with your own mission or community or whatever. But ultimately, that's kind of what I look for in a project. With a one-of-one artist, it's a little bit different because obviously it's a little bit more subjective, and that was kind of like what I was talking about in the hug space last Friday, was just kind of the idea that one-of-one artists aren't necessarily quantifiable in the same way that you would quantify a project. Like, you can't really say, like, what's this artist's roadmap? You know what I mean? Because it's like, they could just be like, I couldn't tell you what my roadmap is for Smileys. Right? like I don't know.
Create.
Yeah, to make Smiley. I don't know.
To make
so
more art.
It's like, yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, you can't really go into a one-of-one art or buy one-of-one art with that kind of mentality. But you can kind of, you know, ask yourself questions like, do I see myself, like, hanging this up in my house? Like, do I see myself hanging, like, do I see this, like, hanging up in a museum? Like, do I feel like this evokes, like, sparks joy? You know what I mean? Like, I always tell the curators, when you're rating one-of-one artists, like, kind of go Marie Kondo. Like, does it spark joy? Like, are you getting a visceral first reaction where you're like, oh, I love it a lot? Because it's generally a good thing when it comes to one-of-one art.
As far as projects go, would you say that a fully doxed team is an important thing to look at?
No, I wouldn't. And the reason why I say no is because somebody can be really accomplished and have a huge, like, array of accomplishments and talents and skills and not dox themselves fully. And I think that's very, very, very much the case in this space. Like, I was, like, when I first got hired, I was asked whether or not I wanted to be doxed, and I actually just chose to be doxed. But I mean, I fully think that you can run an entire project, like, under, you know, a moniker if you really wanted to. I think it really just matters, like, can you do what you're saying you're gonna do? Not so much like, what is your full fucking legal name and your social security number and your social
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that.
Yeah, man, I agree 100%. As someone who's not too doxed.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's why, Blinky is Blinky, right? Like, we didn't choose his, like, in real life name. Like, we were like, let's recreate something that you can, like, associate your new identity here onto. So it's like, it's cool. I mean, it lets you kind of be who you want to be. I feel like if you have a certain connotation about your name, like, it's not going to go over well if you just try to be that person again in Web3.
Mm-hmm. And then, like we were saying, there's a freedom to it, and with that comes some power to it as well.
All the power.
Mm-hmm. I think so. There's a power in anonymity and in reinvention.
These wearables are making me just crack up. I can't I can only imagine like the next Metaverse Festival, everyone having one of these on.
Yeah, we need like a variety. I want to piggyback a guy.
Can you imagine just like you with your like female avatar, just like piggybacking some like really ripped guy on your back?
For sure. I want to wear my baby doll's outfit, and I want to piggyback a Sinful on my head.
Sinful?
A sinful wearable. I want Sinful and Blinky wearables. Me and Tang only.
Let's get it done, Blinky. You and I will be designing soon. Maybe if smart wearables come soon, maybe we can make it to like any time that you wear the wearable, maybe like your music will play.
Awesome.
Oh
That'll
man,
be great.
we can only dream, right?
That's probably within reach, though. That's probably pretty close to
That's
within reach.
too far-fetched.
You think? Interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
The future is now.
And wearables are the future. Are they?
Yeah.
Or
I like them. I'm
what is
addicted
it?
to them.
Smart wearables, I feel,
Mhm.
are gonna come in hot.
Future for sure, yeah.
Good looking crowd here tonight. Nikki
Yeah,
Flake,
it's just
bald and
insane.
default. I like your style, or lack of it.
The style of having no style is a style in and of itself.
Right? That's like more normcore than normcore.
That's Robert Frost.
We got Gucci toe and full body paint, again with the no hair.
No hair problem.
Spider Monkey's no longer a monkey. He's half naked with gold
Spider
chains.
Monkey.
Can you see him up there? Is Spider Monkey BBL?
Yes.
Because that's BBL's favorite space to hang out.
Now I know. I've been wondering who BBL is.
And Bed
BBL
Intruder.
Yeah, Bed Intruder, BBL, Spider Monkey, all the same person.
Okay.
This is
Doc.
the long con.
Well, he's busted now. The Doc's now.
None of them are his real life name, actually.
You mean are you telling me his real name is not Spider Monkey?
Well, I mean, like, that's not his musician name. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So,
who knows who it is?
Yeah.
are you Doc's Spider Monkey?
Are you famous?
He's probably famous and we don't even know it.
He's like decently well
Low
known.
key,
What
yeah.
did you say, Blink? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's for sure made a splash like in like the
Ooh,
music
the
industry.
wording.
He's
A
made
splash?
a pretty
Yeah, he's
solid.
made a splash for sure.
Yeah, just like single-handedly, he like did everything on his own, and he made a pretty sizable splash that like just has people, like. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say too much, but yeah, he's
I would
up.
say like top
He's
10
up.
songs on TikTok trending splash.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We got a celebrity on our miss, people.
Yeah, straight up.
Spider Monkey, contact me for your chance to be on Beyond the NFT.
Honestly, we should just bring him on. We should just add him.
Yeah.
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 He was like get on disc earlier.
Well, where is he?
Message him.
Yeah, bring
He's
it.
gone.
Just-
We talked about him and he ran
He's
away.
like shit. They know me now.
Just call him. Surprise guest, everybody.
Yeah, he's like
I just
a.
messaged him, but I don't know where he might be eating dinner, honestly. I don't know.
So this is a question for kind of, I guess, both of you. It's pertaining to the Sonic Smileys project.
Okay.
Have you ever kind of thought of taking all the current, let's say even the current Sonic Smileys, and putting them all together into one NFT, kind of, sort of like a like an album, and
Oh,
Actually,
and
I
like
don't think I have.
Elaborate.
kind of I feel like it would be easier for the listener if one if they could also purchase this bundle and have the content, maybe even the downloadable content you can add to the NFT, and it'll bring them to like the playlist, or just maybe even some visuals as well, all the visuals, like kind of what's the word, spliced, or kind of like put together.
Yeah. That's. I honestly haven't thought about that, but that's like a dope idea. I'm gonna need to talk to you later about that.
Let's do it. I'm down to bounce ideas. It's actually fun for me to work on project ideas.
Once again, that's the beauty of Web3.
I mean, it's like, I feel like that would be cool, right? Because like Blink and I have it set up so like when you buy one of the pieces, you get a copy of the MP4 video, like my process, and you get a Dropbox link to Blink's actual like song, the MP3 file. So
You do?
yeah, you do.
Like the
Yeah, like the song.
not just a little snippet of it, but like
Oh
the
no,
full song?
no, just the snippet.
Just
Oh wait, no. I think some of them are like. I think number 9 is
There's
like
a couple,
it's like a
yeah.
5-minute track straight up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, because I felt like all of them, they were really good, and it really made me want more. Which is good. Especially
Yeah, I
the
think
one of
some
you,
of them.
especially the one of you singing. That was awesome.
So
He's
awesome.
he's really good, right?
Mhm.
Tell him he's good. Yeah. Woo.
You're good. We won't get to hear you singing tonight, but you have made a DJ mix for us after this, right?
Yeah. So, I just kind of threw it together like last night. Like I realized like when we met before, I was like, oh yeah, no sweat. I'll just make an hour mix. And then once I started doing it, I like was just like I started tripping out. But it sounds cool. It sounds cool. I listened to it today while I was cleaning my apartment. It's like I'm really excited for Friday here at Dollhouse. That's like that set that I made for that is like I like really like that one actually. It's been a
We're
while since
excited. We're excited to have you. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, Blinky's going to be DJing at Dollhouse on Friday night. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited.
I'm so
So it's going to be great to get kind of a little taste of the different variety of DJing that you can do, your different musical tastes. Because I caught a little bit of, I scanned through it really quick today, and it was awesome.
appreciate it.
So I don't think Spider Monkey will be joining us tonight, will he?
Not looking good. Ran off.
He's missing out. He's missing out, honestly.
Should I FaceTime him real quick?
Yeah, FaceTime him right now.
I'm gonna mute
Right
myself
now.
and I'm gonna FaceTime that.
I would
fool.
FaceTime him, but I actually have a Samsung phone, so everybody wants me to die instead.
Yeah, Samsung phone. All the street cred that you built up on this whole hour is
Just
just gone when you say
destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
Samsung phone.
You have an Android? Gross! Literally.
Just hang up. Just hang up now. Lauren.
Yeah, literally.
I have an Android. No.
See, that's exactly. See, you
Wow.
don't know because can't put your phone next to somebody else's Android and have them charge each other.
Mm-hmm. My current phone is kind of like an overkill. It's got like 4 cameras and 2 sensors in the back. It has like a setting like where it's like, oh, do you want to zoom in 100 times? Like you don't have to like actually manually do it. It'll just do it for you.
It's amazing. That's so
But the problem is that it's a Samsung.
That's the only problem. But I think that could be fixed if I just slap like an Apple sticker in the back. I think.
Nobody would even know, dude. Nobody would even know. Who's gonna know?
So, Maddie Music, you're gonna have to take this issue up with Tank Poco. Matt.
Poco is the Samsung anti here. Not me.
No, Maddie Music is asking when POAP.
When
Oh,
POAP?
when POAP. Oh, I'm bad at POAPs, guys. I do
You know
have
what I
it
should
all
do? I
set up.
should make a Sonic Smiley POAP. I should make a Smiley for Friday.
I must
Yeah?
have.
Actually, I think I have one ready. Hold on. Let me grab my iPad. 1 second.
Gib.
I'm just gonna whip one up right now.
Yeah.
Does it have to be in a POAP machine?
I mean,
think that's
we
a
could
stupid thing.
get the links, and I could always drop them on stream, or or even Discords.
Yeah. All right. We'll think about it. That's Friday. I mean, it might be worth bringing out my POAP machine, but I think I need to update it and stuff.
Roach
Wait,
Killer.
I have a question. Let me play interview real quick. Do you guys say POAP or Pope?
Both.
POAP.
I say both.
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 You say both?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
team POAP. I'm of the opinion that POAP is pronounced POAP and not Pope.
Yeah, I think that's the more
Controversial.
common.
Controversial.
I see Spider Monkey. He's back.
Oh yeah, he answered the FaceTime. He said he's down to show up, but I told him to just message Laura because I don't really know how to add him.
If he's on Discord, I think you could just like bring him to this call.
Oh,
God. Oh, here we go.
what is his? Oh wait. He should
Don't
change
say
his
it,
Discord
Dusty.
name.
I need to know who he is.
He's like decently well known, I would say.
Well, you keep saying that.
I mean, there's no way to know unless you know, you know? Okay, I have this one that's, I think, really cute, and I feel like we should use this one as the point, but it's kind of so.
Zeus is asking, GIF or GIF?
Oh, that's a
GIF,
good question.
GIF. Jif is the peanut butter.
I say GIF and I'm ashamed, but I do say GIF.
I'm ashamed
GIF,
for you.
because isn't it a graphics interface?
Yeah,
Since-
I get it. I get the logic. Okay. Thought I was
Okay,
ashamed.
damn, it wasn't an attack.
Crayon or crane? wait, I can't pronounce that one.
Crayon.
Crayon.
I don't know what the other way of saying crayon would be.
It's just crayon. It's just crayon.
There's only crayon.
Yes,
there's
there's-
no-
Whoever wrote that, kick them out of the chat.
It would be Odd Job. We love him.
Oh no, not you, AJ.
Gift or GIF? Hard G. I don't know. I'm scared to
Gift or
answer this.
GIF?
Spider Monkey going on about in the Dollhouse chat. If my music is my name, it's cool. I don't need change. I don't need to change. So cryptic. It's like he's giving us
saying?
riddles.
No, I'm not. I know what he's saying. He's saying like he's
he's
talking about his Discord name. I don't think he needs to change it.
Okay, that's fine.
Wants it. He wants to be doxxed.
I feel like he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. Dox him.
Run those streams up.
Dogs him. Dogs him.
Pull back
Yeah,
the
run those streams
curtain.
up.
Set up his stream. Let's fucking go.
John and
LFG?
John.
LFG.
Honestly.
Ooh,
Who's that?
what Lord just dropped is pretty.
That's. Oh, that's pretty. That's psychedelic.
Circle. Like
That'll be a good. That's
I
gonna
thought
be
it
a
would
good
be
one for
fun
Friday night.
collab.
Hmm.
I was thinking about making one for Mace, but I was like, I don't know if I have time.
You mean Blinky?
But... Oh yeah, thank you. I just accidentally doxed. Sorry, Blink. Well, actually, everyone knows because like that was his old username from my account. So if you're coming in from my side, it's actually already doxed.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, no, it's all good.
It's funny,
I mean,
but,
it's a 20% dox because you didn't say the whole name.
that's true. Actually, 20%. Just the tip. All right. Let's see.
Just a tip.
Oh, oops.
Are we just like having issues adding Spider Monkey? Oh, exposed. Oh.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I can. Oh, wait, no, I can add Spider Monkey.
Oh, because there's the lag, huh? The lag.
Yeah. Hold on.
So you just.
Oh, I see.
Okay, here we
We're
go.
just
Here we go.
traveling in the future right now.
Monkey.
His swim coach.
I want to see myself on the big screen.
You
Can you guys hear me?
Hi, swim coach.
Hello. Okay.
Hi, BBL.
He's a man of many names.
That intruder.
Yeah, I don't think I want to ask about the origins of the name Bed Intruder.
It's from that one meme video from like ages ago. It's like the one where it's like hide your kids, have your wife, like that guy
Yes.
is on the news. But
Yes.
yeah. It's not as ill intentioned as it sounds. I feel like.
It does sound kind of sus.
Sussy, sussy.
Yeah.
It sounds so
It
sussy.
did. I remember the first time he came in, it was like, whoa, that's an aggressive name.
No, sorry to bring him around. Sorry to bring him around.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
Thank you for coming on the show. Thanks for hanging out at Dollhouse for the last couple of weeks.
Thanks. It's
Wonder-
been my life.
Yeah, literally, like out of all of us, Swim is the one who's like at Dollhouse the most. Like, he'll just be like, "Hey, what's up? Last night I was up at 3 and I was at Dollhouse." I'm like, "Was
Just-
anyone there?" Like, no.
He's just changing different outfits the whole time, looking
No,
better
literally.
and sexier the whole time.
That's what I
I'm
live
watching
for.
you. I'm watching you. I see you.
Thank you. I wish I could dress fast enough in the dance floor. So,
Yeah, it's a thing. You gotta go to the street. You really do. Gotta get up to the street. It's the great equalizer. It doesn't matter whether you have like nothing but default in your backpack or if you have like the most expensive fits in your backpack. In the end, we all go to the street and change.
facts behind the dumpster.
Let's see. I'm trying to look for Spider Monkey so he can see himself on the big screen.
He's upstairs with me.
Spider
Oh,
Monkey
yes,
makes
yeah.
NFTs.
That's
He makes
true.
NFTs.
Yeah, Spider Monkey makes art, and it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's better than mine for sure.
No,
Who's-
it's not.
Who's screen sharing? Who's screen sharing here?
I
Like,
actually
he will screen
I own like 2 of his pieces.
I own one too. Actually, no, I own 2. I think as well.
Oh,
I
you
think one of
own,
yours though is like super custom.
Yeah, it's the one of
Yeah.
ones.
So lucky.
The Scribble Scrubs.
The Scribble Scrubs.
Okay, here. These Web3 cowboys.
Oh, those are cute.
Click the collection. Yeah.
Here, one.
So they all have like different districts, but I guess I'll let Swimmy talk about it.
I love those.
Oh, I didn't see the Strawberry District. Bruh.
A beach district. I'm a big fan of the hot
Yeah.
moms only.
That was my
Parking.
birthday.
Hot moms only parking.
Yeah, I mean, at first I just did it on Procreate. I just like.
I actually
realized
made
I
that
could-
one. Vacay district.
Cool.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, he created this like character. It's like this Web3 cowboy, and then we just kind of like played with it. He just made a bunch of different kinds and like drew different backgrounds and stuff. It's like this. It's like having a little sheriff for your NFT collection. It's really cute.
Make it a linked wearable so we could actually wear the avatar in game.
That would be sick. That would be so sick.
Oh,
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I would just take the shirt, but yeah, the whole thing would be.
As a skin.
Yeah, that'd be so
I'm loving the
Cowboy.
backgrounds.
Yeah, that
strawberry.
strawberry district one is good.
Strawberry
Yeah,
is
that's
really
my
cute.
favorite. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
What's
that
the
one hits
one
different.
on the bottom row in the middle?
This one or this one?
The bottom row in the middle. Oh yeah, close call.
Close call.
He has bullet holes in his hat because he almost got shot in the head.
Yeah, so he escaped.
So it's a close
Guys.
call. He escaped.
I'm buying Strawberry District like right fucking now.
Let's go.
Screen share it or it didn't happen thing.
Yeah. So show us the Etherscan address of the token contract, or
I'm
else.
rich. I'm rich.
Yeah. Suddenly he's gonna change the listing to 1 ETH. Like the very last
As Tang is like scrolling down in the signing contract.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go. Purchases
already
processing. Gas.
Already bought.
Already bought.
Let's go.
Check, peep that activity.
Yeah, peep that activity. Let's see the proof.
Yeah.
Let's see the proof.
It's all for show.
Tang Poco.
There you go.
And then there was lore.
Congratulations.
See, and I hear you're famous too. That's not why I bought it.
Yeah, I had a song go viral on TikTok. And
Can we hear it?
Play the video. Play the
shut
Can you
up.
play the video?
Oh god, yeah, play the video.
Run the video.
Sure. Yeah.
Who's driving? Is this you, Blinky?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
blinkers. Blinker
Hold up.
McGee.
You should do a Google incognito, bro.
Yeah, you should incognito that.
Should I? Oh, you're right.
I don't want to see top 10 wife pillows.
Yeah, top 10 anime waifu pillows.
Stop, you're embarrassing me.
Wait, if you're on incognito, you can't share it though, can you? I think you just need to open a new window.
Okay, everybody close your eyes. Just everybody close your
Yeah, just
eyes.
close your eyes, get in there, and then just go to YouTube and just run it.
I can
Hope that
change-
you don't have anything cursed on your recommended.
This is okay.
Yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Oh wow, we're
Oh,
doxing
God.
Swimmy right
Yeah,
now.
this is a full. Is it full screen? And you can
Wait,
hear it?
this is not how I look actually in real life.
Yeah, no, this is a render, right?
This is a 3D render.
Yeah.
There's actually
That's-
this
that's
many
what you look like.
people.
That's what
yeah,
he
that's
actually
what you
looks
look
like.
like. This video is
I got
fucking-
foreign bitches that you wanna try my dumpling. I got
I really
plenty
didn't like
cash
this
in my
bit.
digi dash pumpkin. At a
like,
straight
can we
pipe,
change
take
this?
flight, I'm
I feel like,
bumping. You can tell my biz straight
And I have to
D,
wear, like,
she
football pads
fucking. They
underneath
don't know
my
me, so
shoulders
they
so
find
the
a way
jacket
to
would
make
fit.
assumption. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
keep on
and that
walking.
janitor
Yeah,
suit
yeah.
was so tight.
Drop another
It
fucking
ripped underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
like in your crotch?
Yeah, when I squatted down, it ripped, bro.
These are juicy cheeks, dude. It's crazy because like that's you, but that's you. That's crazy, but that's not you.
That too, that girl too. That's also me.
I got plenty cash in my digi dash pumpkin.
Dude, I really fell for those.
You really,
You can tell my
you really
bitch
fell for
straight
those?
D, she
Yeah,
fucking.
like,
They don't
I
know
had
me,
to
so
die.
they find a way to make assumption. Okay, Ringo want Chipotle. He don't want no heat, oh he getting Pico only.
I love this video.
Stop me if I got 50
Thank you,
on me.
thank you.
Bring it to the knee so he could walk around like zombie. Okay. Okay.
Oh shit, it's on the big screen, bro. I wish my mom could see this.
Okay.
Listen to her Swimmy's mom. Swimmy's mom is the best. Shout out Swimmy's mom.
Could
There
you
you go.
drop the link to that video in our chat so I could share it with the Twitch stream?
It's for science. It's for
Ooh.
science reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, 2.2. I'm with that. You should show them give you more, bro.
I'm
No,
dead.
no, 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 no.
No.
You could do that another time.
Yeah.
Why don't you show them fucking something else? Actually, we could give you more as cursed.
What's
fuck it,
luscious?
Just do it. Just do
You
it.
could do
Try it.
luscious.
I mean,
Yeah. This is perfect, bro.
Do luscious.
wait, do you give you more or luscious?
Do luscious.
Yeah,
Okay.
delicious.
If you
This is-
respect me as a person, you would do
Yeah.
luscious.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
You more as a deep cut. I don't know if everybody's ready. If everyone's ready for the deep cut.
Agreed.
I need me some weed, I said fuck this. Air Force Ones on my feet, I stay luscious. How much for a G? Can we please just discuss this? I need something strong, something that'll do me justice. What's the whole idea?
The
What
render
the fuck
looks
is
so
up,
real.
Can you
It's
leave me
crazy.
alone? Leave me with my double cup. Smoking on this gas.
Dude, you
91
look
class.
so realistic.
Look at all
You're
these
not
things you
Yeah, it
glitching
looks
at
like
all.
actual humans.
I think I'm the guy on the left.
Wiki
Yeah.
walk, look at how I mix shit.
I'm actually the tree in the background.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Power hitter, you just hit a picture. From my good luck, bitch, I didn't wanna jinx it. Hey, so say it with your chest. Pussy, I'm right here. What you gon' confess? Me on a bad day, it's you.
I think this was like 3 years
Who the
ago.
fuck are you to
This is a
tell
while
me
ago.
that I ain't next? I need me some
You guys wanna hear a
weed, I
funny
said,
story
fuck
about that
this.
jacket he's wearing?
Tell us now.
Alright, you wanna tell us? I think Swimmy should tell us. Honestly, it's better from his perspective.
Yeah, I accidentally washed it, and then it got super like wilted. Like the cotton balls inside got all soggy.
The
And
down
it became-
feathers.
It got all disgusting looking. I was like, dude, I have a show tomorrow and my down's fucked. So we had to find solutions. And apparently, you just have to put tennis balls in your laundry.
Just
Like he had washed it and like the down feathers, like he sent this photo and he was like, fuck, I hate myself. And it was like a picture of the jacket with all of the feathers at the bottom of the jacket. And it was like wet and he was just like, I don't know how to fix it. And it's lumpy and it's like completely like it does not have any stuffing. And I was like, you realize you could just throw it in the dryer and put a tennis ball in it? And he was like, what? And then he took it out and it was so puffy. It was like perfectly puffy and he's like, dude, it's puffier than it was before.
life hacks.
I didn't even know about that. That's crazy.
Dude, you look so tall in this video. It's crazy. The 3D render is making you look
Yeah.
super tall.
Yeah, it's crazy how they always make you look super tall.
I think after we recorded everything, we added a Snapchat filter on it.
Oh, to
So-
elongate your legs.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, swim coach.
Yeah, I mean, there's like all these other videos, but I
That's
guess
a good one
people-
to
Keep
say.
it running.
which is like that's a good one to end on. Unless you're trying to run give you more. I think
You want us to, huh? But Laura said no.
Come on, dude. Wait
Yeah,
until
no.
that's a late night deep cut.
it's
If you
late.
wanna laugh at Swim, you should watch that Swim Coach interview 10 conversation.
No, don't watch that shit.
Zeus DCL is chanting one more song.
Well, she hit that watch later, you know the
I
vibe.
couldn't. I'm not logged in.
You
So
can
you
watch-
can't watch it later now.
You can
I'll
watch
find it.
Sheesh. You can watch Sheesh or
Just, why don't you play Probably?
Yeah.
That one has such a good
Oh
story.
yeah, you should watch Probably actually.
Probably, yeah.
Where
Is that on
it?
your channel?
It's,
No,
no, it's
that's
not
on
on
your
my
channel.
channel.
Oh, is that?
Oh yeah, just type Probably.
I like
by
that.
Rex
I like
Dizzy.
that Blinky put Swim Space Coach.
I know.
How long have we known each other?
And the second one. I
Second
think.
one.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh dude, I haven't watched this in ever actually.
You had the
Holy-
tightest pants on ever in this video.
You know who might have had that? You don't remember a little drug deal? Strong style
That's
type?
what he actually looks like.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We have a
facts.
way of dealing with.
I'm the drugs on the table.
You gonna tell me?
Holy shit.
You just know what their names are.
Bro, I don't remember this at all. What's happening right now?
He's asking for their names. I remember.
Oh.
Oh, it's a beautiful music video.
This is actually a really funny music video, yeah.
Yeah, so you want the smoke, probably. If you actually broke,
That top is so small on you.
For real.
Honestly,
Busted
bro.
out of that shit.
And she blowing them O's, Audi.
Dude, if I wore that now, I would have fit that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's too big.
Patron saggy. Swim with the coach, froggy. You missing a soul like a zombie. You live like a roach, probably. I get these hoes on me. You visit my hotel lobby. You date my approach, doggy. Probably my dick on swole. Smell like a dentist mold. It's fentanyl in your nose. Bitch, if you ain't my bro, let your calls miss my phone. I tell them shit I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm probably not now you know.
Look at the way he runs. Those pants are so tight on you, bro. That fit is like one stretch away from ripping.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know, call me. P-R-O-double-L. Bitches, they wondering why. Ask about me and my money, bitch, you know I point at the flow all the way to the sky. Only one you and no other, so please, take out the disguise. I ain't gonna lie, I'll do it all over just so I can feel you inside. Hold my car, I'm too busy sipping lemonade. You so pretty, happy 50, you my escapade. Every day,
Slowest getaway ever.
about her yesterday. And she can't fuck with the skinny boy, she like them heavyweights. Probably, is you actually broke? Probably, 55 for a O.
Yeah, I look younger, damn. I don't remember having a buzz cut. Actually, convinced me not to get a buzz cut.
I don't know,
Swag. This was a fun shoot. It's at USC.
Some of the comments that I'm reading off the the Twitch chat is this video is gold, pure gold. Well,
It's big silly.
it was so nice to meet you, and thank you so much for coming on tonight and showing us some of your stuff.
Thank you, no problem. It's always a pleasure being in Dollhouse.
Definitely, and I have been seeing you like around, and I almost asked Tang the other night, do you know who BBL is? I thought about like just being like, BBL, send me your wallet address. Drop you some drip.
Oh, I'd be down.
Hell yeah, drop it in this chat.
There's no one here as obsessed with DCL wearables as him, honestly. like it, it started as like, oh, it'd be so fun, let's get a couple, and then all of a sudden he's like having issues buying mana, and he'll be like, hey, let me Venmo you for some mana. It's like, dude.
That's awesome. So would there be any other talking points you guys would like to go over, or do you think we'd have a show? We can go on to the after party.
I mean, I don't have anything else unless Blink, you have anything you want to promote or Swim.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm ready
It's time to
for
let
this
Blink
after party.
show what he can do.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah, forgot about
Blinky.
Oops.
It's
Sorry,
time to
sorry.
blink.
Yeah,
Yo, straight up, I'm down. I'm gonna take a blinky right now for this after party.
I'll take
Good.
a rip too.
I'll be joining you in this endeavor.
In solidarity.
Alright.
Raise your blinkies in solidarity, everybody.
Yeah.
Zeus, Blinky has provided us with a set. I believe he'll be live DJing on Friday. Is this correct, Blinky?
So that's going to be a premix
they're
too.
both,
So that
I already mixed that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I don't know. I kind of wanted to just chill and listen to it and just chill at Dollhouse.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's one advantage of being in the metaverse is being able to record that premix and then just coming right in and being able to party and feel the vibe from the room. Talk to people.
I heard the Blinky. A bong Blinky.
Yeah.
Bonky.
Bonky. I like writing this down.
I know. And then we get the OX Bonky ad. The OX Bonky album.
All right, guys. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate everyone coming to the Dollhouse and dropping into the stream chat to watch tonight's show. Lore, Blinky, would you like to say anything before we go?
Thanks for having us. I mean, it's been a lot of fun to talk, and thanks for letting me bring my friends on. I feel like it's been really exciting to like expose them to Web3s. I'm glad that we all met and that you can hear Blinky play his music live in the metaverse tonight and Friday. So thanks for having us.
I'm so
Thank you for
excited.
coming on.
Yeah. And I just want to throw some extra respect on Laura's name, you know? It's yeah. All of this is through Laura, you know?
Mhm.
She's really the driving force of tonight, I feel like.
Aw.
Yeah,
We love you, Laura.
Oh, I love
straight
you
up.
all. That's so nice.
I feel like in the future you will be like a great community member to a great addition to our DCL community.
Definitely, definitely.
All of you.
Tang, would you like to say any words before we finish up?
I would. I'd like to say thank you again to Laura and Blinky, and thank you, Sinful, for giving me the chance to host the show with you. You know that I'm a little bit nervous about this kind of stuff, but it was really good, and you guys all made it super comfortable for me. So it was super fun. And thanks everybody for coming out like you always do, night after night, week after week. Thanks to the community. I love you all.
Alrighty. And I would like to thank everyone that's here. This show wouldn't be what it is without you guys. Please stand by and we will get a Blinky set going. Thank you guys.